Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 54. And this second year is continuing on. We've got young, vital, vibrant, good-looking, young gamers, starting off with Toxic Enclave. Whee!
Hello, everybody. My first time being on the podcast.
All right, well, we're glad to have you. And, of course, we've got the deliciously monstrous Nova.
I know that guy.
This is also my first time on a podcast.
Well, all right. We'll try to go easy on you. I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I am your other co-host, Flex.
And this is Bulletproof Underwear, and let us get this thing started. Toxic, tell us what's going on. What is going on?
Not much. Just got back from a buffet, and I'm full, and I'm ready to talk about stuff.
Well, so what did you pick out the most on at this buffet?
Oh, it was a Chinese buffet. It was a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have touched because I couldn't read the name, but I got donuts. It was good.
You got donuts at a Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, and I had a chocolate fountain, and I had marshmallows, and I took the stick and I put marshmallows on it, and then I put it in the fountain, and it was really good.
Sounds fat.
Yeah, it was really fat. There were a lot of fat people. A lot of pregnant ladies, too.
Pregnant ladies.
One and the same.
Maybe they weren't really pregnant. Maybe they were fatter than you even knew.
I just...
Pregnant ladies like Chinese food, man. They do.
That's right. And fat people like buffets.
My wife, Matt,
that's a mean thing to say.
we have a Chinese restaurant here that's open really late, and when my wife was pregnant, I used to have to go there all the time, man. They knew me by that first name, man. They're like, "Oh, she's hungry again." So
it was actually really cheap though, $12 a person. I'm happy.
$12 a person. Did you get any kind of good meat?
Pause. Yes, I did get good meat. Pause.
close.
Okay.
Yes.
Always go for the ribs whenever you can.
The ribs were actually really good. I liked them. There was ribs, steak. There was lobster.
Lobster? You shouldn't.
Lobster
There was lobster.
for $12.
It actually just opened up. Yeah, the place by me, so I guess you guys wouldn't know, but it was really
Well,
good.
if you want to give them a plug, maybe we'll get a sponsor out of this deal.
Yes.
Bulletproof Underwear is sponsored to you by Chinese restaurant name here.
I don't remember the name. It was like, I don't know.
All right. So, Nova, what have you been up to?
Well, it's my summer, so I've been at the beach. This is what I do every year. I go body surfing. And, yeah, a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Cool.
Where are you at right now, Nova?
Spring Lake, New Jersey. South of Belmore, I think? Yeah, south of Belmore.
Several houses he has. Oh,
So,
and I'm
Not
also...
really.
What were you going to say, Toxic?
Oh, I'm also in New Jersey.
Okay, you guys
Okay.
are in New Jersey. Have you ever met in person?
Nope.
No, but I'm trying to get him over to the beach.
I'm
He's
down.
lazy.
Well, obviously, if he goes to the beach, he's going to get a lot of people kick sand in his face. You're kind of skinny, Toxic.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Let's see the guns.
I didn't want to have to do this. Oh,
Oh man, that's pretty impressive for a skinny guy. That is pretty impressive.
All right.
I'm missing out because I'm just loading
I do my
screen.
push-ups. You don't even have...
Nobody-
It's impressive.
Nobody's gonna-
Trust me. It's 24-inch bicep if I ever saw one.
Nobody's gonna outlaw those guns, baby.
That's right. So Noah, show us a gun. Okay, that is
That's all right
yes,
too.
Nova. Yes.
All right.
Now this is where Flex shows you his little pencil arms.
This is where Flex flexes. Yes.
I'm a twig.
Yeah. Flex wins the skinny competition here. So you guys are New Jersey. How come you don't talk like Jersey Shore?
I'm not actually from Jersey, so I just
I'm
come
from
to
Jersey. That is false. That is only in that show. Nobody talks like that.
It's a stereotype, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
a stereotype.
Like what do they call the little tiny Italian people?
Snooki?
Well, yeah. There's a word for it though.
Guidos.
Guidos, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't.
I'm not a Guido.
My
Not every
Guido.
roommate in college was from Jersey, and you couldn't tell he was from Jersey. He didn't sound any different.
My skin
There
is.
are some people. They're usually like kind of low class people that sound like that around here, and they're really annoying. Always fat old ladies. Weird.
Okay, so fat old ladies are gonna come to your door with pitchforks and torches. You know, they're gonna.
I'll
punch
keep my
you.
address secret.
Yeah, we'll give out your full information. We'll dox you. So you're not from New Jersey? Where are you from?
I'm from New York, Westchester, New York. But my mom's kind of a property manager sort of thing, so we're allowed to come here and take care of the house whenever we want. So it just happens to be a beach house, which is nice.
Just happens to be.
That's
beach house.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I basically grew up here half of my life because of summers every year.
Wow.
That's cool.
So you ever get stung by jellyfish?
All the time.
Wow.
It's- yeah, I don't. I'm kind of got used to it, really. Basically, the trick is to just make sure you get out of the water as soon as it happens, because the salt water irritates it. And as soon as you
Does
get
it
out
really?
and try it, it's okay.
It's not that bad.
Well, so I heard you're supposed to get your buddy to piss on you.
That's with the. There's a different kind of jellyfish. It's not actually a jellyfish. Man of war or man o' war, something like that.
Man of war.
It's like a. I think it's like 10 jellyfish kind of mutated together, something like that, to become this super jellyfish.
It sounds like
And
a
that
video
thing is
game.
deadly. It's an actual thing. You could
It
look
sounds
it up.
like a
Man
video
o' war.
game, you know, some
It
sort of
does.
Japanese thing, you know, where 10 of
It
them
does.
form together to make a super giant.
And then
Yeah.
it's a boss battle.
Yeah.
have you-
Fight
have
all
you
the
ever
mini
had to-
jellyfish.
Have you ever had to piss on a buddy because he got stung by one?
No.
How bad?
I used to think that's what we had to do, and then when I first got stung, I was terrified that that's what we were going to have to do. But I just got a towel and dried it off, and it went away in 30
Well,
minutes.
I was gonna say, how bad does it hurt?
The initial sting is pretty bad, but especially when you don't know what's coming, like you don't see it coming, so it's terrible. But then I got used to it, so it's not that bad anymore. But it's kind of like a bee sting if you get over and over again, several different places. And
Oh,
I don't know.
I hate that.
Oh, I hate a bee sting, man. That'll
Yeah.
fuck me up.
I've never
used
been
to hate
stung
me.
by a bee.
how have you
Ever.
never been stung by a bee?
I just don't.
That's impressive.
You've never been stung by a bee?
Because when I see bees, I don't fuck with them.
How about wasp, yellow jacket, none of
I've
that?
been stung by anything, bit
Spider?
by insect, no.
I'm bitten by spiders all the time, stung by bees all the time. There was one time a while back when my school still had recess. I was out playing soccer and a bee landed on my thumb, but I figured if I didn't mess with it, it wouldn't sting me. So it was just there for a while. I continued playing soccer. It was just on my thumb. Then I look at it and like waiting for it to fly away. It never does, and then it just stings me, flies away, and dies. Because you know how they die after they sting
Well,
you.
Oh, yeah.
couldn't you just go like that?
I didn't. I figured that if I did that, it would stay on and then sting me. So I was just gonna like wait for it to leave whenever it wanted to. But in retrospect, I guess that was pretty dumb.
Yeah,
Got stung anyway.
got stung anyway. You would have saved that bee's life if you would have just flicked it off.
I've had even worse experiences with bees. When I was even younger, I ran through a beehive when also playing soccer.
How do you get yourself?
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, well, it was like I didn't actually hit the beehive, but the beehive was right above my head, and all the bees were flying around it. So I ran through them all. They were bumblebees, but 2 of them went in my mouth and 2 of them in my ears, and I got stung twice on my tongue and both my ears.
You got stung on your tongue. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Man.
They know where to go. They know your weaknesses. all
Toxic,
holes in your
you are lucky. This is you guys represent the two possible opposites of the spectrum. I mean, nobody can be stung less than Toxic, and I don't think anyone's ever been stung more than Nova.
There have been people. I've watched shows where people have been stung horribly.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, we had a wagon, and we were pulling our wagon along, and we had some shovels in it, and we were going to go dig up a hole in this empty lot. I'm not sure why we were digging this hole, but we just started digging, and somebody hit some kind of underground wasp nest or something like that.
Ooh.
And I saw him buzzing, and I ran, but the guy who stuck the shovel in, he wasn't so lucky. He got stung all over his face. I mean, oh man, his face was just like, he couldn't even see out of his eyes. They were so swollen up.
Did he look like Frankenboy when he was done?
I don't know, but I'm glad I fucking took off. I was pretty fast in those days.
I've never been stung, but I've hurt myself. I've never actually broken any bones either.
Me neither.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know how I have.
That's because you drink too much milk.
Yeah, my bones are strong.
It does a body good. How about shocks? Have you ever got an electric shock?
Oh yeah.
I just
I'm trying
don't
to
do
fix the
dumb-
lamp one.
Oh, I hate that.
I just don't do dumb shit.
You never
Well,
got
I
a
was
shock?
trying to fix a lamp for my grandpa. That's not really dumb shit. It's just unlucky, and I touched one part of it that was electrically charged, and I couldn't feel my whole arm for like 10 minutes.
The closest thing that I've ever had to being shocked is probably, when you like go to touch something and it like pricks you a little bit. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's
Oh,
Static
like yeah,
electricity.
yeah, static shock thing.
That's the kind where you rub your feet on the carpet and you can build up a charge.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
I like doing
Yeah.
it.
We used to live in a house where the carpets did that all the time, and it was like I would sneak up on my older sister, when her back was turned on me, and I would rub my feet on the carpet and try to touch her right on the back of the neck, where it's really sensitive, and scare the shit out of her. So let's see. Let's get to know these young fellows here. So Toxic, you are how old?
I'm 17.
17. You just finished a year of school. What year did you finish?
I finished my 11th grade year. Now I'm going in as well.
You're gonna be a senior. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, I think everybody in our little friend group is actually going to be a senior next year.
No, not T Gizzle.
Oh, because
He was held back. No, he was held back a year in middle school.
How do you get held back in middle school?
Dumbass. Sorry if you're watching this.
Sorry, Trent. These guys are brutal, man. They're
Sorry,
hard.
not sorry, Trent.
Yeah. All right, so you're going to be a senior. Are you involved in any kind of school activities? Football, choir, chess club,
Fire.
rodeo? I don't know.
I played basketball like a couple years back, but I'm kind
Way
of
to be a
late.
stereotype.
I'm not. Well, I do it. I did it just because. But yeah, I'm kind of lazy actually, to be honest.
Just free balling, just not involved.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being lazy.
Like to work out. I do like to work out.
Well, that's cool. So Nova, so you're going to be a senior too.
Yep.
And you're also 17?
Yep.
Wow. So one more year and you guys will be full-grown adults, and you could like die for your country and everything.
Yeah.
I don't plan on that. That's Trenton's thing.
Again.
Well, hopefully he doesn't plan on dying for his country.
No,
Yeah.
he plans on
Yeah,
dying.
he I think he does. I think
He
he's
wants
sacrificial.
to be infantry. He wants to be infantry. He told us.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my
like, I just want to
God.
go out there on the front line and get shot in the face.
I plan on going to college.
I plan on being successful and making a lot of money and not sharing it.
You're not sharing it? How about when you meet some gal that tickles your fancy? You're not gonna like shower her with gifts and
I will
Squander.
shower. She can have Cheerios. That's it.
Cheerios? You're gonna share
Hey.
your breakfast cereal with your girlfriend? You think that's gonna
What
get
else
you a
is
woman?
Not even Life cereal. It's got to be Cheerios.
Yeah. It's a hard world.
I like Captain Crunch.
I do like Captain Crunch.
Very sweet though. It's good every now and then, but I can't take it too much.
I like Captain Crunch berries.
Oh.
Yeah, the berries are cool.
It's cold milk. Like, the milk's got to be cold. If it's not cold, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I just like good old Chex. Wheat Chex, corn Chex. They're all good.
I just can't do plain wheat cereal. Like Corn Flakes is a terrible cereal. I don't know if anybody's ever had that, but it's a terrible cereal.
You get
I like
soggy
mini
too fast.
The frosted mini wheat, with the commercials of them on the little kids' shoulders, have a good morning and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
They're so good.
Nice fiber.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a video game. If you go to their like website, they probably have some stupid little flash video game where you have to navigate your little Czech guy into a bowl of milk or something.
Help me! I'm drowning. Help me!
Save the cereal.
Yeah. So you guys are gamers. So you've been gaming a long time?
Since I was 6.
Wow.
I'm new compared to my gamer friends, I guess. I've been gaming since I was around, I guess, 9 or 11, like in that area. I'm bad with ages.
Yeah, I think the earliest game I've played is probably something on the Nintendo 64. I think that's when I started actually enjoying games.
Mario Brothers, maybe?
Of course, Mario Brothers.
That was like one of my first games.
Donkey Kong, Bomberman. No, Sky. Oh yeah, and I think that those are all the games I played like on that, because I was really young at the time. I didn't have my own, but I went to my cousin's house and I played. And then I got a PlayStation 1 and I played Twisted Metal. That's a good game.
Oh, that's a good game.
I love Twisted Metal, the shooting in the cars. What else did I play? Resident Evil. I played like the first Resident Evil 3 actually. And a bunch of other little games, but I didn't really get serious about it until I played Halo 2. That's when I first got into like FPS. Played Halo 2 on the original Xbox, and I was like, I like Halo, so I might as well play the first one, because I'd never played the first one. So I played the first one, then I played the second one again, and I played the shit out of the second game. Like, it was around the time where I didn't have Xbox Live, so I just played campaigns over and over on different difficulties. So I played Halo 2, Halo 1, Halo 2, and those are real, significant times in like when I was gaming.
Those were your formative gamer years.
Yeah, and then I consider myself like addicted to video games when I got my first Xbox 360.
That'll do it.
First game I had on that was Halo 3, and that's when I first got live.
That's when you met me.
And that's actually when I met Nova. Nova was hosting custom games.
Oh, yeah.
He was hosting custom games on this. It was a map that he made. It was like the greatest map I've ever played on a custom game. And it should have been a regular game mode. It's called Alien Invasion, and basically there was a base on the bottom that it had a bomb in it. You had to defend the bomb. And there would be a base in the sky, and people would basically try to get in there and arm the bomb and blow up the base. And that's where I met Nova. At the time, they were in a clan. I think they had already met each other.
You were being initiated.
Yeah, I was being initiated. Because I don't really at first they didn't really like me, but
he had a high pitched voice at the time.
I did have a high.
It was iffy.
Were you a squeaker?
He was not quite squeaker. He was in between squeaker and normal gamer. Some hybrid.
We had a whole bunch of other gamer friends who we don't really play with anymore. Kind of fell off. But yeah, Halo 3. Like I said, I met Nova on his custom game, and
we played the hell out of Halo 3 that summer.
That's probably
all we did that entire summer. We didn't do anything else.
That game's. I mean, it gets so tasty addictive.
It's my favorite game, definitely.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Halo Reach went downhill. I mean, it was still fun, but it went way downhill. And then Halo 4 is kind of too Call of Duty-esque for me, getting to that point of repetitive online gameplay, and I don't like it.
See, I had mentioned that, I think, to you, Yam, that it seemed like it was going that way, like it was more Call of Duty-ish.
I mean, I like the loadouts, but I don't know, something changed with the gameplay that made it too repetitive. It's not like every game is different, like Battlefield. That's what I've been playing more of now, because no two games are alike, even if you play on the same map over and over and over again.
Okay, so you're a Battlefield guy.
Mostly now, yeah. Battlefield and Halo. I still stay with Halo because stay with your roots.
Yeah, I'll never. I'm always gonna support Halo. Probably gonna, like, even no matter how much I don't like it, I'll probably just keep buying them just because that's what I've started on, and I'll never get. I'll always want to support Bungie or 343 or whatever.
I'll keep buying them as long as they don't have new games every year like Call of Duty. Yeah, that ruined it for me, because then it's obvious that they're just trying to milk it.
They're rushing.
I mean, they're trying to milk it. What?
They're rushing it through, and they're doing the coding and the testing and everything, and
Call of Duty hasn't had a new engine for quite some time.
Well, it's the first new engine for a very long time.
Well, from what I've heard, it's not a completely new engine. That's just what I've heard. I don't really know.
I think it is. I think it's completely new.
Well,
but it's not
whether
great.
It's new or not, it runs real smooth, and that's one of the things I like about Call of Duty is just how responsive the controls are and how smooth it is. I don't really have a problem with that.
Call of Duty is not a bad game. It's just it gets repetitive, like the multiplayer.
It's too lone wolf for me. I'm a team player. I like team games.
It doesn't encourage team play. Like you can just go out on your own killing. As where me and Nova have been playing first-person shooters for a really long time, and we actually make a really good team. Halo.
If we went one-on-one against each other in Halo 3 or Halo Reach, we would not. No one would win. We'd be tied, or no one would die, or we're a complete even match. In Halo Reach, we came up with that was when they implemented assassinations into Halo. Mm-hmm. Where if you come up from behind, it would perform some animation, and it was pretty cool. So I made a game type where you could only kill someone from assassinations, and me and Toxic were definitely the best at the game, because we would just spend like an hour punching each other, trying to get behind one another, and could not do it. So but if anyone else joined, we would destroy them.
I'd like to see that. If you ever put any of that up on YouTube, do you guys like have capture devices or anything like that?
I wish I did.
I use Fraps, but I'm not a avid YouTuber. I'm more of a streamer. But even that is kind of on and off.
Now, Fraps is for PC gaming.
Yeah,
okay.
PC only.
I want to. I like the whole YouTube concept, and I'd like to put out content, but I don't really have all the proper equipment and stuff, so I'm just going to leave it to a later time. But I would actually like to get into that.
Well, cool. Capture cards are cheaper than ever before, and they're better than ever before.
Yeah.
Well, I think Toxic has to wait until he gets his new computer that he's planning on getting.
Yeah, I can't live with this shitty computer anymore. Like, plays some games, doesn't play all the games, and I'm a console gamer. I think I'm always gonna be a console gamer, but I gotta switch to PC, because not only is everything cheaper, but I can always upgrade my PC without having, like, once I put the initial, I don't know how it's gonna be, but I kind of drew up a little computer setup for myself, and I estimated it's going to come out to around 800. And the good thing about PCs are that you can always build on. Say if something becomes obsolete, you can always just buy a new part when you build your own.
Right. Just get a better graphics processor. Add more memory.
That's where my computer kind of has its flaws, because mine is it's a MacBook Pro laptop. But I have Boot Camp, and MacBook Pro laptop is a very good computer, but it can't upgrade it because it's a laptop, and there's nothing you could do. But right now it's pretty advanced, I'd say, so it's going to last for another 4 years, I would expect, for gaming. Or at least I would hope. But I can't upgrade it.
So are you guys already gonna pre-order one of the new consoles?
I already did. Xbox One.
I haven't decided yet. Xbox kind of pissed me off a little. But I probably will end up getting an Xbox One just for the exclusives.
Titanfall.
Halo.
Great.
Right. Titanfall looks pretty amazing. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It looks like a better kind of in between of Battlefield 2143 and Call of Duty kind of mix.
It looks like Mech Warrior.
Yeah.
So I'm also really excited for Battlefield 4 because every time a Battlefield game comes out, I spend the first 5 months on it, and then I don't touch it anymore. Yeah. But it was a very fun 5 months.
Well,
though.
did you get in on? They don't release a Battlefield every year, but between Battlefields, they have a Medal of Honor. Did you play this year's Medal of Honor?
I didn't. Nova did.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I had Medal of Honor that's like, I guess, 3 or 4 years old now. I recently played it because it's not bad, but Medal of Honor Warfighter, is that the newest one?
That's the newer one,
Yeah, it had terrible reviews, so I just didn't even bother. Because it's probably the same thing as the old game, just souped up graphics, maybe.
No, it was crappy. You did the right thing. I bought it because they said you were going to get access to the beta for Battlefield 4. So I suckered right into it, and bought it, and then played it, and it sucked, but...
Yeah. Well, I have premium for Battlefield 3, so that gives you all the maps for Battlefield, extra content, and it also gets you into the beta for Battlefield 4. So I think that was a very good decision that I made with a bunch of my friends to get premium, because it saved you, I think it was $15 right on the spot, and it gives you a whole bunch of more stuff, and it gives you early access into the beta, so I think that was worth it.
Yeah, but is there bacon camo?
Yeah.
So Toxic, are you psyched up for Battlefield 4 too?
Yeah, I'm really excited for Battlefield 4. I'm a little iffy about, like, the only thing that I think is a little bit different is they changed the spotting, which I'm not sure how it works. Somebody's got to.
I think I like the spotting. I think it's a good innovation.
What they do?
So what is it? You burn out on it or something, or you run out?
No, it just takes time. Basically, it used to be you could just keep on hitting the back button on your controller and spotting everyone, and it was kind of ridiculous. And that's why I played hardcore, because there was no spotting in hardcore. But now it takes time because you have to take your hand off of the gun to point at the enemies, and it goes through a short but game impacting animation that so you're pointing at where the enemies are, and then it'll spot them, and then you're able to shoot once you put your hand back on.
So spotting it, you spot at your own risk. You could be getting your ass shot and you can't respond.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like reloading. If you're reloading right in the middle of nowhere, you're very vulnerable. So you have to be tactical with your spotting. You have to be behind something or behind teammates or something like that.
So are you looking forward to 64 players?
Oh, very much so. I that's what I missed out on the PC, and that was one big reason why I got this computer to begin with. Was to maybe get Battlefield 3 on PC, but I decided not to because I got to Colonel rank 40 or something on Battlefield 3 on the Xbox, and I didn't want to redo that.
Yeah.
So
you're a Colonel 43 right now?
Something like that, 43 or 46. It's one of those. Can't remember because it's similar to my rank in Bad Company 2. It was like 40 something.
Battlefield Bad Company 2 is my favorite Battlefield.
Yeah, it's my favorite Battlefield so far.
What,
I liked it.
What, what's that, 2142, is it?
That was before my gaming experience began, I think. So I never got into it, but I've been watching some YouTube videos, and I kind of want to get it now, but I hear that the servers aren't too populated, so I'm not sure if I'm going to bother.
Yeah, yesterday all the West Coast servers for EA Battlefield 3 went down.
Really?
How long were they down?
I don't know exactly how long they were down, but I got a call from one of our sub 1 guys that said, "Hey, I can't get in the server." And I went out there, and sure enough, I called EA, and he said, "We're working frantically to fix the situation." And it was back up again last night. So
did that apply to the PlayStation 3 too?
Yes.
That's kind of like their launch.
Both sides.
That's a little bit like their shaky launch. I don't know if you remember, but every other day the servers were down, and it was a terrible launch. It was very disappointing because I had more fun in the beta than I did in the game for like the first month.
I heard a rumor that they weren't. The problem was they weren't prepared on their end with enough computing power to handle what happened on opening day, so to speak.
There was so many people that didn't pre-order the game that ended up buying it anyways. So they didn't expect that they were going to have this number of players that they would have to support. So they couldn't
really go off pre-orders, because I know a lot of people who don't pre-order and just buy it a little bit later.
It's the only thing they can go off of. I mean, they're not going to go out and have polls for gamers.
Well, I'm not saying...
I bet they do. I bet they have surveys. They probably
online surveys, because us gamers, we stay inside. We go on internet.
Maybe they pay attention to forums and they have some way to estimate or...
I would assume they do, but I think pre-orders are their number one source.
They're off maybe a little bit. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people pre-order.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you the pre-order sales for the Xbox One? They sold out on like almost every website now. That's why you got to hurry if you're going to pre-order.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting it.
I've got mine pre-ordered.
Yeah. I waited too long. Now I have to get it instead of on Amazon where there's no tax and you get like extra stuff on Amazon. I have to get it on Microsoft.com. So there's a lot more tax there. So now it's like $530 something instead of $500. So it's a $30 mistake. And I regret it.
You're a dumbass, Nova.
Procrastinator, that's what it is.
You're a procrastinator.
I pre-order some games if I really want it and I'm worried that it's going to sell hot. Like Last of Us, I pre-ordered.
Yeah, that makes sense. I pre-ordered Battlefield 3 because I figured that was going to sell out. I don't remember if it did or not.
I never pre-ordered Halo Reach, but and that was a really big launch title, and I just bought it the next day, after 12 o'clock, because I assumed it was going to be sold out, but I just found it at Toys R Us.
Good old Toys R Us.
Yeah, they don't sell out because no one thinks they sell games except for like Mario stuff.
I do.
That's probably a good plan. If you want to get a game that you think might be sold out, don't go to GameStop.
Yeah,
I've done that. I went to Toys R Us and got a game once or twice.
I was surprised they had Halo Reach.
It doesn't fit their persona.
This rated R. What are you doing with this in here?
Yeah,
I know.
Rated M.
I'm sure they probably have plush stuffed Angry Birds, toys.
You can find those in random locations. I've seen them for sale in like pizza places. They're everywhere.
It's like, oh my God, Angry Birds is so played out. I mean, for crying out loud.
I never got into that phase. I guess I was too busy with real games, in my opinion.
When I got my smartphone, it's like I downloaded Angry Birds. It's like, okay, now I have a phone that can play games that everybody's playing Angry Birds. Let's see what it's all about. So that was like 2010. I had to try it out.
I did the same, but it was like too much geometry for a game. I like just shooting straight. I don't like having to arc a bird. Just not.
Are you saying it's too challenging for you? You can't agree with Angry Birds? Angry Birds kicked your ass?
It's too slow paced because there's no pace.
There's not enough killing. There's not enough killing.
No, folks. You heard it right here. Nova was beat down by Angry Birds.
Yeah.
They got the better of him.
So Flex, I just found out. I didn't even know that The Last of Us had multiplayer. How does that work?
Well, you have to scavenge for weapons and upgrades for weapons. You have to use a lot more strategic moves. You have to be more strategic because you're limited on your ammo, and you got to kind of sneak around and try and get people covertly more than run up and shoot them in the face.
So it's a co-op thing. It's not like
it is. It's not really like a.
You're not like head to head against other online players.
I heard it was a 4.
Oh, you are
4, right? Something like that.
That's strange. I was picturing it to be like DayZ, but like smaller. But I guess I'm wrong.
When you spawn, you don't have a weapon?
Yes, you do. You have a pistol.
Okay, so but you can scavenge and get a better gun, like a machine gun or something.
You have to scavenge. And
so how big is the map? How big is the playing field? And how big are the teams?
The teams are teams of 4, and I think, and the maps are, I'd say, medium sized. Like, say if you were compared it to Call of Duty, they're like a medium sized map. They're not real small, they're not real large, they're just kind of in the middle.
And there's no zombies, right? It's just other players.
It's just other players.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all.
Is it good?
I suck at it, so I would say yes, it's good because I suck at it. But to be honest with you, I've only had about 30-40 minutes to play it, because the campaign is so damn addictive that
I didn't buy the game, but I did
watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. It was actually really good.
Yeah, I watched the first, I think, like 8 episodes of YouTube videos with Toxic on Google Hangout, and it looked really good. But I don't have a PS3, so I can't get it, and I don't really need to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to play it at some point. I have a PlayStation as well as the Xbox, just like Flex, because we're grown-ass men and we have money.
No.
Well, I got a little bit of money myself, but
look at that roll.
In my case, I'm a grown-ass man who's got a really great understanding wife, so. Plus, she knows all the things that I used to do when I was young, and I don't do those anymore. I video games, so.
Kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do like.
Do video game.
Hey, I didn't say nothing about doing drugs.
Yes, Flex was a good example of a bad example.
You guys grow up together?
No, we've never met in person.
No.
Oh, wow.
I'm in Oakland, California.
And I'm in St. Paul, Minnesota.
How'd you guys meet?
We met in a clan called, what was it? Too old
to shoot.
Too old to shoot.
That's awesome. That's better than our clan that we met in, the No Pants clan.
Oh, yeah.
No Pants clan.
You had to be 25 or older to be in this clan.
Yeah. Well, I'm 54.
You are in. You're in.
Yeah.
I'm 25.
No, he's 26.
I'm 46.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, Drifter was talking about he's 25. I was thinking, wow, if you were one more year older, you'd be exactly half my age. or 26 or something like that, whatever it was. Yeah, he's 26, and it's like, wow, you're real old for a gamer. Oh, you know what? My wife's youngest kid just turned 30 yesterday.
Your wife's...
Oh.
Well, he's not my kid, but he's her kid. He just turned 30 yesterday. He's
big 3-0. The big 3-0, huh?
Yeah, he's a good gamer. He's good at everything he picks up. You name
Xbox?
Xbox, PC. I think he had a Nintendo 64 that he used to play when he used to live with us for a while, and he had a Nintendo 64 that he played.
I had a funny story about it. Nintendo 64. A friend of mine had one, and we were playing, I think it was one of the Mario games, and I just could not get past this one point. I tried and I fought it, and I couldn't get past it. So I took his N64 and bounced it off the wall.
Did that get you past the level?
No, but it got me a punch in the mouth.
See, that's what YouTube is for. You know, if you can't finish a level, if you can't figure out a puzzle, that's what YouTube is for.
And especially with Halo and their what are those things called that you have to find, the little computers that have like little waypoint videos. I could never find those. I had to watch a YouTube video to find them all. You get like some armor if you find them all. Terminals, that's the word.
One thing that I can never do on my own, I can't. Like, I'm pretty sure if I sat down and figured it out, but there's no time in between. The Black Ops zombie Easter eggs are so difficult to figure out. It takes people like weeks, not weeks, well, a week and some change to figure out those things. And I'm just like, and it's random stuff too. You just like, I don't know, it's like.
Are you talking about the new one that came out, the Buried?
Yeah, I was watching a walkthrough of it, and it's just all these random tasks that you have to do to get the Easter egg. And I'm like, why would I even bother? It's so
how do people figure them out?
I don't know how people...
Trial and error?
Yeah, it must be that. It must be you just... I mean, there is a voice that comes on, and it kind of gives you hints after you complete each step, but the voice is not helpful. It'll just be like, we need more time. And I'm just like, what?
That's helpful.
What does that mean?
Means you have to go to a clock. That's
yeah, like, but there was one part that says, I don't know, it's in the new map, and he's like, something about more time, and there's a weapon in the game called the time bomb, and basically you can, but like, how would you go about using said time bomb? All right, I have it. Now what? Just throw it.
Throw it at a wall.
Throw it at a wall.
Like N64.
Yeah.
So you haven't beat the Easter eggs, then I take it.
I haven't beat a single Black Ops Easter egg for the zombies, but I play the shit out of zombies all the time.
Well, go on YouTube and you'll figure it out.
I did, but they're just so long, and I'm lazy. I'd rather be in a lobby where somebody is actually trying to do this and just get the Easter egg.
I saw a tweet from Ozzy a couple of days ago. He was looking for buried teammates to go Easter egg hunting. So I guess he hasn't found them either, or he hasn't figured them out. Hey, did you see he did a video with Drifter that playing buried, and you know that big guy who drinks the whiskey?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
T-Gizzle?
Yeah, they were calling that dude T-Gizzle.
T-Gizzle? I was on Skype with T-Gizzle while you were telling him that. You messaged him on Skype, I think?
Yeah, I was watching it. I had to tell him, oh my god, they're calling this monster T-Gizzle.
But what is that? Is that another podcast, or is that a live stream, or what?
No, that was just a video. It's up on Drifter's channel.
I don't even know who Drifter is.
Oh really? You're friends with Tom and you don't know who Drifter is?
I'm not really.
Boss.
I'm not really
his
friends
boss,
with
yeah.
Tom. I'm not really friends with Tom. Well, I'm friends with Tom, but I'm friends with Tom through T-Gizzle.
You're a friend-in-law.
I'm a friend of
You're
a friend.
friend-in-law. There you go. Well, friends-in-law are friends too. I mean, you've played with him, right?
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Very funny.
He's a funny guy.
I liked the Black Ops. I really enjoyed the Black Ops 2 Tuesday something you did.
The monkey turd, yeah.
Monkey turd.
I like that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, but you have to join in. We have this private game. It's like a community game night on Tuesdays. Flex and me host it, and Toxic comes in, and we got a lot of our friends who are older who play in that game. But there's young people too. And Toxic came in, and he was like kicking everybody's ass.
I can imagine.
Really?
Oh yeah, T-Gizzle was getting it too.
What game was this?
Black Ops 2.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't know what other games do you play in that any game?
Well, that particular game night is just dedicated to Call of Duty. So we play, whatever the current Call of Duty is.
I'm not a Call of Duty player anymore. I gave it up after Modern Warfare 2 because Well, I got into Battlefield and I noticed how repetitive the gameplay was in comparison to Battlefield, so I just couldn't take it anymore. I can't do anything twice.
Was it the repetitiveness or was it the cheating?
It was. I don't think I realized the cheating. Really, I realized glitches. Like my friend found a glitch where you could get into a rock or something, and we all did that until they patched it. But other than that, I didn't really realize any aim bots or anything like that.
Oh,
so it was really just the gameplay.
One thing that you have to get used to about Call of Duty, and it frustrated me until I learned to accept it, is that you don't necessarily have to be aiming at a person to kill them. If you ever watch the kill cams, sometimes people don't. It's just like to the side of them, like
it's like all over the place.
Yeah,
the hitbox.
That might just be the kill cam though, because I remember when Halo 4 first came out, their kill cam was broken, and it would always be like the guy was here and the bullets were going all over everywhere except where he was, and he would end up dying anyway.
Call of Duty's always been like that. Even with like quick scopers, if I watch the kill cam, they like shoot my ear. They shoot my off. Yeah, they miss.
Or they might shoot like, about 3 or 4 inches away from you and you still die.
Well, that would be the hitbox, I guess, really, because their netcode is pretty spot on.
My favorite is like when we play our game called Dodgeball, we throw knives and tomahawks at each other.
I was there for that.
You're there, and it's like you get a tomahawk or a knife, and it hits you like in the foot, and you die. I love that. It's great. I mean,
it's like, oh, it took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
Speaking of arrow to the knee on Skyrim, do you guys play single player games, or are you strictly multiplayer?
I played the shit out of Red Dead Redemption single player. I went all the way through, got 100% completion as a good character, and then I went back and played it 100% as a bad character, as an evil guy.
I hate that the emphasis on multiplayer games now is taking away from the single player, because there are a lot of great games out there with a lot of great stories, and they're really fun and really immersive. And nobody takes the time because they just want to play multiplayer all the time.
Like me.
I'm the type of person, and T. Gizzle is too, that I like to play the campaign of the game, even if it's not a campaign, type of game. Like say Call of Duty, I'll play the campaign first just to play. I mean, I spent $50 or spent $60. I might as well go through it at least one time.
Well, with Call of Duty, the stories are good, aren't they? I mean, they always were when I played them. So
yeah, good story.
It's not a bad experience. It's not like Battlefield's campaign.
Battlefield
kind of half-assed.
I went through it just because I paid.
I went through it just because, why not?
Just because you have it, you might as well do it.
Yeah, I kind of use it as like a tutorial to get used to the controls, and then by the end of the campaign, you're a master of it, and then you could kick ass in multiplayer.
Or like in Halo 4, people jump immediately on the multiplayer, and it's just like
I did not.
Halo has a great story, that I've followed since I was 6, did I say? And I don't know how people could just bypass that. I mean, Halo.
First thing we did was we went right on to campaign. I think it was me, T Gizzle, and then you joined in and out, Doctor.
Yeah.
And we eventually did it on Legendary.
Right, but you're talking about single player games. So one thing that whenever you switch on your Xbox, it's like first thing it says is like, you have 17 friends online. You have 23 friends online. It's like, and you're gonna like not play with any of them. You're just gonna pop in a single player game. It's kind of almost feels like you're.
Well, I mean, I have no problem still talking to people while I play. I mean, I talk to people while I play games all the time. It's just that I don't know. Multiplayer isn't always what I want to do.
What it's cracked up to be.
I can't talk to people while doing a single player game because I feel like it takes away from the experience. I put like the volume all the way up and just. I mean, I do
that. Game. I do that sometimes, but like games like my favorite single player game is Fallout 3. I love Fallout. Fallout. All the Bethesda games I like. Batman: Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were both great games, single player games. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, great games. I like the story,
I do too. You know what I dislike and what I worry about more than anything is that with all this emphasis on multiplayer, it's taking away development power for the campaign.
Yeah.
You know, they're using some of the talent for multiplayer that they would be using on the campaign, and I think it takes away from the campaign.
Well, you know,
sometimes it's in the opposite. Like with back to Battlefield 3 again, they bothered making a campaign. I don't know why. Battlefield, like just the plain Battlefield, not the Bad Company, should just be multiplayer. I don't see why there's any point in putting in a campaign. They're doing it again, and probably going to be terrible again. There's a lot of cinematic. Bad Company 2 had a good campaign just because it was comical, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was not fabulous. It wasn't a great...
Well, you know, they want to appeal. They want their game to sell to as many gamers as possible. So nowadays, I mean, people just aren't going to shell out $60 for a premier title if there's no multiplayer. I mean, they're gonna force some kind of multiplayer into just about any game.
Yeah.
Except for a game like Skyrim. I think Skyrim is way worth the $60. I still haven't finished that game. That game is hours of play. Hours.
Even Far Cry 3 has a multiplayer. What is the point of that?
If it's made to be a single-player game, then I have no problem. If it's not made to be a single-player game with just single-player aspects, I don't think I'd pay a full $60 for it.
Right. Well, you know, when the Xbox 2 or when the Xbox 360 came out, it was like, what is it, 2006?
2005, 2006.
Not everybody had broadband internet in those days. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but you know, it's like dial-up internet. You can't play multiplayer games. So prior to that time, you know, most AAA titles were single-player games. You know, or you could play it with a buddy at your house. You know, if they had an extra controller.
Yeah.
you
know, but it wasn't online, so they made a lot of classic games in those days.
Yeah, but I like the I like older games too. I still go back to, I don't know if you guys play Zelda. I play Zelda. Zelda's a good game. But yeah,
I've played like one Zelda game.
Single player stories like that I can get into.
Well, you know what? You should definitely upgrade your computer, because there are tons of great older games that are so cheap on Steam. It's unbelievable.
Also, there's a million free-to-play games coming out and that have already been out or were originally pay-to-play and then became free-to-play. That's what I've been focusing mostly on, is free-to-play games like PlanetSide 2, Warphase, which right now is only out in Russia, but we can still play it here, and games like that.
It just fries my thruster pack when you buy a game for full price and then they discount it to nothing like a week later.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know are you familiar with APB? Kind of a cops and robbers, kind of GTA multiplayer MMO.
No, I've never heard of it. APB stands for All Points Bulletin.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. But like the week after the original game came out, it was pay to play when it first came out. But like a week or two after, the company that made it went bankrupt and had to sell the game to another company. And now the other company made it free to play, and now it's like it's doing very well. Everything, all the in-game things that you can buy are overpriced. People do it. There's premium memberships and stuff, and they're thriving off of the game that they didn't even make.
Wow.
They got lucky.
Well, you know, the free-to-play model is it's I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I haven't tried Blacklight Retribution, but I should. Everybody says it's a really good game.
I don't like that. I think that's pay to win. Maybe I just didn't play it enough. But when the first few levels that I ranked up, I felt like I wasn't doing anything because everyone had this like mega weapon that was unreachable unless you put in $20.
However, we did play Blacklight Tango Down, and that
was a great game. That was on Xbox.
Yeah, we played the shit out of that.
Was that an indie game, or was that a...
that was an arcade game, I think.
Arcade game, right.
Yeah, it was like $1,200. You're toxic, buy Blacklight. Toxic, when are you buying Blacklight?
Well, we played that so much.
We did.
How about Battlefield's free game? Have you played that?
Battlefield 19...
No, Battlefield free-to-play, right? I think it's just called that.
Yeah, it's called
oh,
Free
yeah.
Play.
I know.
I played it once. I kind of had fun. T. Gizzle didn't like it, and he left, and then I had no one to play with, so I stopped.
I couldn't. I don't know if it was my connection or what, but it was really laggy for me. I couldn't play it.
It might have been. I wasn't having that big of a problem, but I think T. Gizzle was complaining about lag. But that was probably his computer more than anything.
Well, he has bad internet and he has bad computer, right?
Yeah, he's just got a bad setup all around, except for his capture card and Xbox.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, poor guy. He's doing the best he can given his circumstances.
He's trying to get a job at GameStop.
Yeah, Tigger's doing stuff though. He is doing stuff.
Well, that would be pretty cool. If I was a kid, I would love to get a job at GameStop.
Yep. It's a very laid back job, or at least what I've seen of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta answer the phone and deal with lines of people and stupid people.
Well, like on
Customers.
days that a new game doesn't come out, it's probably easy. But when a new game that's like famous comes out, then that's probably kind of blows.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat T. Gizzle up because he's not working fast enough.
You know what? When I was a young guy, I'm a sort of a musician, and when I was young, I was even more into playing guitar and stuff. I had hopes and dreams of being a rock kind of dude, so I got a job at Guitar Center. It was a fun as hell job. I mean, they worked us 6 days a week. I worked a year at 6 days a week, and it was like. It was pretty close to minimum wage, but it was a lot of fun. It's like working around all the gear that was fun and cool shit. I always knew about the newest stuff that was coming out. I got discounts.
Five finger?
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. But all of the customers that I talked to, they're all fellow musicians, and it's kind of cool, talking to people who are into the same shit that you're into. It sort of didn't feel like work.
Yeah,
I'd like working at GameStop. That wouldn't be bad.
I would not object.
Getting to play.
What about when they have a midnight launch? Some game you don't give a shit about, but you have to be there fucking at midnight. Working.
Yeah, that would suck. Like another Mario Kart midnight launch. That would piss me off.
Bunch of Japanese people.
Hey, don't you diss Mario Kart, man?
Well, I'm not dissing the original Mario Kart. I think that they're just milking Mario Kart and Mario in general. I think it should have ended with the good games and not gone on to like adding one feature every new game.
I like Mario Kart just because you can have somebody on the back, and when Mario Kart is actually really fun.
Well, I loved the shit out of Mario Kart Wii with that steering wheel.
Yeah, that was the last one I had, I think.
Yeah, you had a Wii?
Yeah. I didn't play it much, but I did have it. I was great at Wii. That was an accomplishment for me at the time.
I'm good at Wii bowling.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you
my
ever done
cousin.
Wii boxing?
I've done
I like Wii
That is
boxing.
tiring.
It is.
It
It's a
doesn't have to
workout.
be.
It's
It
a
doesn't have to
workout.
be. You got those remotes in each hand, and you're like, when you're first playing, you're doing all this stuff.
All you have to do is this.
I figured out you just flick.
Yeah, you could do that, but
Just
I was
these
little, I
quick
didn't know.
Flicks is all it takes, and
Then you win.
The game thinks that you just did a big hook where you just made this teeny little motion, so your opponent is getting all tired, and you're still doing good.
Oh, there's a game that just came out. Well, I don't think it just came out, but it's just. What would you describe Cube World as, Nova?
Yeah, I would describe it as a more specified RPG version of Minecraft.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, when did it come out? Like,
Oh, when did it come out?
just
Well, I think it came out like within the last month, but it was under DOS attacks from some asshole. So
yeah.
they weren't able to sell all the copies that people wanted to buy. Like I had to check every few hours to see if their website was online so I could make an account. And sometimes, most of the time it wasn't, but I got lucky one morning and I was able to sign up.
Yeah, I think the statistics were the registry was only open, when I got in, it was only open 2% of the time, and the shop was also only open 2% of the time. But eventually,
hang on just a second. And what? No, I'm still on the call. Hey, I just found out. I just got a text. The George Zimmerman trial.
Oh yeah.
George Zimmerman was found not guilty.
I can see that. I kind of predicted that.
Wow.
So yeah. So I don't know if do you know any of the details, Ann?
You know the details?
No, but I just got a text that Zimmerman was found not guilty.
I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed as well.
Anyway.
Well, I thought he was guilty of manslaughter. I don't think he was guilty of second degree.
Yeah, that was what I was. That was my view.
Hey Nova, your video stopped moving. Here, do this. Take your mouse and hover it over your camera. Click your camera off and then click it back on. There you go.
Alright.
Sometimes Skype does this shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Microsoft.
Yeah, thanks, Microsoft. Thanks, NSA.
That's right. Just whatever you do, don't talk about pressure cookers or pipe bombs, okay? Oh.
Tell him the story. Tell him the story, Yam.
It's like, you know, check out Flex. He's got this beard. It's like I was telling him, you know what you got to do? Put on a, you know, wrap a turban around your head and get some, you know, go out in your bathrobe and get a shopping cart at Walmart and fill it up full of pressure cookers and then just walk around the store with it.
People would start running.
Well,
and maybe ask the clerk, you know, where's the nails?
Because during winter my beard grows out. I look like
Ted Kaczynski,
I don't know, like a hillbilly. I got a beard that grows down to like here, and my hair. So I look like a frickin' terrorist.
Wow. So my texts are saying he was found straight up not guilty. He's not guilty of second degree or manslaughter. And,
that's just wrong.
I think there was.
They're returning the evidence that they collected from him, and they're cutting off his GPS tracker, and now he's walking out the door.
Wow.
I think there was reasonable doubt from what I've heard. I'm not an avid follower of trials.
Well, I heard about it. Obviously, I know what it is. I didn't really follow it, but I've heard bits and pieces, and from what it sounds like I know he was head of the neighborhood watch or something.
Was some kind of wannabe cop, kind of.
Yeah.
He
went to some kind of police.
He tried to be a cop, but they didn't accept him.
Yeah, it was like when the whole thing was going down, and he was like in confrontation with Trayvon Martin. He called the cops, and they told him not to follow Trayvon Martin, and he did it anyway. And then they kind of got into a scuffle, and they ended up shooting him. This from what I heard. So
I think he was just stupid.
Yeah,
I don't think anything more. I think manslaughter would have fitted because he was an idiot, but other than that...
Well, if he hadn't followed Trayvon, none of this would have happened.
The cops told him
nothing would have happened at all, yeah.
Nothing would have happened.
The cops told him not to follow.
He would have eaten his Skittles and drank his Mountain Dew or whatever it was.
His Arizona tea.
Yeah, his Arizona tea.
Yeah.
That's some great
I'd like to take an Arizona tea and cram it right up his ass.
Well, you know, he better watch his back.
Yeah, he better watch his back, because if he's walking free, I'm sure there are a lot of angry people.
I'd say majority of people want to kill him. I think most people thought he was guilty.
Yeah, I just got a text that said the Reverend Al Sharpton is upset.
Well,
is anybody really surprised about that?
Oh no!
No.
Oh no! Al Sharpton's upset.
Al Sharpton's always upset.
Al gets upset if they give him less than a full glass of soda pop at the McDonald's.
Hey, what are you talking about? I want my glass full. I'm gonna fucking raise a stink if I don't get it that way.
That's around there. Oh, but anyway, I was talking about Cube World. Cube World came out, I don't know, within a month. They've been working on it for like a year, I think.
2 years.
It's
2.5 years, something like that.
It's still in alpha, but basically it's RPG, more like fleshed out. I don't even want to use Minecraft in the description because really it's nothing like it.
Well, the only similarity is the randomly generated infinite world made of cubes.
made of cubes.
Well,
Not
a world made out of cubes, doesn't that sound a little like Minecraft to you?
Well,
Like,
there's no digging, there's no building, there's no mining. There's just straight up class. Like think of it. Do you know Guild Wars, where it's or common MMO?
It's like
If you pick a class and you go kill stuff in the wilderness, there's different biomes. And,
you know what Animal Crossing looks like?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but just Skyrim. That's
Animal
what it-
Crossing meets Skyrim
Yes, basically. That's what it looks like. Everything
in a cube, in a world made out of cubes.
in a world.
everything is made out. Even you're made out of like little tiny cube.
Well, it sounds to me like okay, with the success of Minecraft, it's like somebody's going to copy that, but you can't copy Minecraft exactly. So you just copy as much of it as you can. So what do? You make a world where everything is fucking cubes.
Yeah. Well, I think it opened up a lot of possibilities for the game because the world is endless, so a lot of exploration is to be done, and it's been a lot of fun. It's taken my attention away from Minecraft because Minecraft, I'm not much for the actual playing of Minecraft. I'm more of the creative player where I have a server and I build stuff using World Edit and creative mode, and I've built a whole lot of giant buildings and yeah.
Have you created like a Mount Rushmore with your own face on it?
That's a bit more. That's too artistic for me. I'm simply an architect. No designing faces.
Okay.
He's not an interior decorator. He just makes the building.
He's
Yeah.
not an interior decorator. You. But that's funny because you really look like an interior decorator.
How so?
No, just kidding.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what's an interior decorator look like? I'm
No,
confused.
Yeah, I'm the pure example of one.
That's true. That's true.
you got a lot of cans back there, Flex. What is that full of?
This?
Oh, behind you.
Oh, that's
Like water
Monster.
bottle.
That's my
Oh.
wife's Monster supply for the next week.
Your wife's monster
Represent.
supply?
Yeah, she likes Monster.
Does she drink more of it than you?
She drinks quite a bit.
And you like amp?
I drink Amp, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a rock star guy.
My grandma,
drinks
she's 86 years old. She drinks Red Bull. I don't know. I don't get
Really?
Does
yeah,
it give
she
her
says she
wings?
needs it. I think she's addicted.
She's addicted.
My mom tells me she used to be addicted to heroin, and she said she needed that, and so I think it's related.
I think that
Hyped up feeling.
that Red Bull is a better choice than heroin. But
Yeah, I would agree,
So-
but
I agree with that one.
86-year-old. Yeah.
That's a funny story.
uh,
Your grandma is a smack fiend.
She also collects knives. She's a scary woman.
Oh my god.
your grandma's funny, Nova. But my
Yeah.
dad works for soda / beer company, and they have their own. You know how companies make their own versions of
Oh, energy drinks? Yeah, I've seen some private ones before.
Yeah, well, they have one called Refuel, and it tastes just like Monster, and I get free. Like he's got like crates of it, so I just drink it. It's what keeps me up for gaming.
Yeah, you pull all-nighters all the time.
I pulled all nighters all this.
Gamer fuel.
I pulled all nighters all this week with Mallow, and I went to
Yeah.
sleep. Went to sleep at 9 in the morning, and I wake up at like 3. And I do
You're-
it again and again.
Wow.
You're Batman.
Well, let's just say it's a fucking good thing it's summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, do you have any summer assignments, Toxic? Like reading assignments or anything?
Like remember, I was in New York, and then I moved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You moved, so you're
so
free.
now
Yeah, I have to read 5 books and do a physics assignment and blah.
I've been getting
Wow.
out.
Are
I've
you in
been-
private school, Nova?
No, I'm in public school, but we're like a high-ranked public school, and I'm in AP literature, so I have a lot of books to read,
Wow.
Oh,
which is ironic because I'm dyslexic, so I don't actually read them. I just listen to them,
how do you
It'll take
listen
a
to
while.
them?
like audiobooks, mostly YouTube. Yeah.
Listen, read books on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I like people want to be like I guess realized for their voice, so they want to read books on YouTube and hope that someone hires them to read another book and get paid for it.
That's
So they do
weird.
it for free, and they've done there's this one guy that I have followed. He's basically read every single book that a high schooler would ever need to read. So I just listened to him.
Well, that's cool. So
Is it
dyslexia. So what does that mean for you? I don't know that much about it.
Well, a lot of people think that it means that like everything is upside down, and that would suck. But that's not what it is at all. Nothing is upside down. It's just at first glance of a word, most people are able to just read it right then and there. But for me, I'm not very dyslexic, but I'm miniature dyslexia. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So I'll see a word, think it's something else completely, and then just get really confused. Or if I'm reading a book, when you read from left to right, I'll like accidentally read a word that's like 3 lines down somehow, and then mix it in with it, and it just gets all jumbled up, and it's terrible.
Oh man.
I don't read very often. But my friends make fun of the things that I think things say, because it never makes any sense.
Well, let's hope that it doesn't apply to like stop signs and.
No, that's pretty straightforward. But you don't ever have to read a stop sign. You know what it means. You can see the octagon.
Yeah, stop sign means speed up and go faster.
So
Yeah,
you guys are 17. Does that mean you have driver's licenses?
I have my permit. I have to take a 5-hour class before I can get my license, and I
got to do some more
haven't done
paperwork
it yet.
before I can get my license and stuff.
You have to do paperwork.
Well, just busy
Class work.
Yeah.
Well, the 5-hour class basically is just like 5 hours of pretending you're paying attention to this guy with a projector.
Basically. That's what I have to do.
Well, okay. When I was in driver's ed, we had to spend time in a driving simulator, and we had to spend time behind the wheel with an instructor.
Well, yeah, that's for you. If you do that, you get like I guess a price cut on your insurance, but it's not mandatory. At least not in New York. New York, when you turn 16, you can go to the DMV for an all-day experience of waiting online, and then you take the dumbest written test you have ever taken, ever. It's like, what does a stop sign mean? What do you do at a red light? And should you drive drunk? All right.
I think you should
very
drive
simple.
drunk. As long as you don't go too fast, it's okay to drive drunk.
They had like 6 possible answers. It's like, as long as you're doing it with like fully concentrated, then it's okay. And with nope, that's wrong.
Really, really trying, real hard.
Yeah.
Keep it in the white lines.
As long as you don't want to kill anyone, then you're okay.
Sounds like the DMV in Chicago, man. We went there. It literally took 5 hours, and the test, we had to take a written test. It was 3 fucking pages, man. It was like 100
Really?
questions. Yeah,
Wow.
I swear.
Mine was
I swear.
10 questions.
No, this is like
nuts.
a freaking book, man. It's like I don't know how I passed
I took it in Texas, and it was a pretty long test. I scored a perfect 100 on my written test. Yee-hoo.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the guy who worked at the DMV, his job was to like call you over to tell you if you passed or not, and then take your picture. I guess he was like a recent immigrant, because he didn't really speak English, and he had a hardcore like Chinese or Japanese accent or something.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what he was saying the entire time. So he was trying to call out my name, and it didn't sound like my name. And people mess up my name all the time because it's not a normal name. Auric Nova is not an ordinary name. So he was like, Auric, and I'm like, that's probably not me. That's someone else. So he kept on calling that name over and over again, whatever it was. And I eventually figured it was me, so I went up there and he started yelling at me for not understanding his terrible accent. That was just a bad experience. They're angry people there.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you be too if you worked there?
Yeah, but just don't work there. Work somewhere. Work at a McDonald's or something. It's the same level of status.
So they can mess your order up?
Well, at least they won't be so angry. McDonald's people some of them are really nice people, especially the drive-through, like old old people, like the old ladies that work at the drive-thru. They're nice.
Wow.
Oh no! If you don't have a penny, honey, you don't worry about it. I've got a penny in here for you.
No, we don't have nice people. We just usually have stupid people working the drive-thrus.
Well, yeah, they're not educated, but they're at least polite.
40% time they make my order up.
Now, speaking of McDonald's, do either one of you have or plan to get a summer job to get a little extra money?
Of course.
I'm a beach bum.
Is there money in that?
Well, for me, every single time I see my grandparents, they give me like $20. So this is my collection of recent times. So I have a job just to see them. So I don't need any other job.
So you're not gonna miss out on an opportunity to visit grandparents.
I get paid more for just seeing them on holidays and weekends than I would working all week.
I'm actually looking for a job right now.
Work for my grandparents.
So what kind of job are you looking for? Starbucks?
I'm thinking either restaurant or supermarket.
Supermarket. Go with a supermarket.
When I was a kid, when I was your age, I worked at Taco Bell.
Really?
Yep. Taco Bell.
How'd that go?
I was thinking about Pathmark. My grandmother works already, so I could get in real easy.
I would suggest that because if you work at a normal restaurant, not a fast food restaurant, if you're like a waiter or one of those kinds of people, then that's a lot of work.
I was thinking fast food restaurant.
Oh, well, even that is kind of like...
It's busy.
I don't know.
How about a retail store like Target or Walmart or something like that?
Well...
You know, one of those jobs where they give you the radio and you can walk around like you're important.
Pretend like you're working.
I'd like that.
Okay, here's your red T-shirt. Wear it with pride.
How loud can you whisper something dirty into the radio without getting caught?
That'd be a fun game.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Tarzan?
What happened?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm putting my hat on my computer.
What? I can't hear.
I was putting my hat on my computer, but it fell off.
Oh, okay, because you're making all kinds of fucking noise.
Oh, my bad.
We just lost half our viewers here. No, this is gonna air Monday.
We just lost both our viewers.
So this will get shown on Monday very early in the morning our time, probably around 6 o'clock Pacific on Monday.
All right.
So tell your friends to watch it.
I don't even know what day it is today. So
today is Saturday. I know the buffet, and they serve lobster on Saturdays and Sundays.
Are you going back tomorrow?
I might. Is that fat?
Might as well.
That's pretty cool. Hey, this morning we went to one of our favorite little breakfast joints for brunch. It was like, I guess it was about 1 o'clock, so I'd call it brunch. But I ordered a waffle and a side order of bacon, and I asked for extra butter, and she gave me so much fucking butter. This big glob, that kind of whipped soft butter.
Yeah.
And it's real butter. It's not margarine. It's like a lump of it this big in the middle of my waffle. So it's like, actually, it's like, butter.
I need it to be spread out. I don't like clumps of butter.
Well, I spread it over the whole waffle, and there was so much, I just had to scrape some of it off to the side. It was just too much.
And then you hear this noise that goes like this. It goes, you know what that is? That's your arteries hardening. Ha!
I know. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me that shit is not good for you.
When I go to IHOP or any place that serves pancakes, I put a single cube of butter in between every pancake layer, and then it just melts.
There you go.
That's right. But see, that center bite is going to be overly buttered compared to the rest.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes it the primo best bite. That's the best bite of the whole pancake.
Nothing better than butter wrapped in bacon.
So do you like maple syrup, or when you go to IHOP, or do you use those funky weird syrups?
I use maple syrup for my bacon and for my first pancakes. And when they bring in the second pancake, I get creative with the blueberry and the strawberry. It works out.
Maple syrup on your bacon?
You never had maple syrup on bacon?
Pretty good.
I have.
What yum juice? Come on now.
I love bacon too much to subvert the pig. The pig would not appreciate that.
You've never had it accidentally
No,
run?
I've had it accidentally. It's good. It's good.
I was about to say, just like I didn't purposely
Oh,
eat
I
it.
love it.
You know, Patty.
I think it's impossible to
Good.
prevent.
Oh, what is this greatness?
Yeah, breakfast is my pretty much favorite meal. You know,
I think
sausage,
that's everyone.
Yeah.
omelets,
Bacon,
bacon.
the candy of meats.
corned beef. It's like everything that you can possibly get at breakfast. I love.
It's like
you know?
everything at breakfast is sweet. It's good.
When I went to Wyoming, I guess I got back about half a week ago or something like that. I was there for 2 weeks. If you go to the top of the mountain at the ski resort there, they have the best waffles ever. Like you might have heard that ski mountains always have really good waffles, but this has the best waffles ever. They don't have maple syrup. They have their own thing with a mixture of different kinds of syrup and brown sugar on the very most flaky waffle you've ever had, and it's great because you also have a great view off of the mountain.
Wow, that sounds good. Is it the kind of waffle with the big holes or the little holes?
It's the big ones.
The
The Belgian waffle.
Belgian, yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I went to a diner one time. I'm getting really hungry. I went to one time. I had about 3 waffles, and it had strawberries on top with whipped cream, and that was probably like the best thing I've ever had. And I will never find that diner again. I don't remember where I had it.
Yeah. My favorite
Ran
restaurants are diners. If a restaurant has like booths with that kind of like red
Padding.
metallic-y kind of padding on it, that's the best kind of diners, man.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
There's only 2 kinds of restaurants I'll ever go to, and like one is my favorite pizza place in Mamaroneck, Sal's Pizza, shout out. And
New sponsor.
yeah, they're the best pizza I've ever had, and I've been to a lot of places and diners like that because they're nothing. You can't go wrong with a diner.
Yeah, you know, Southern California is awesome. You know, on our vacation last summer, we went to Hollywood, and we spent a week on the Sunset Strip, right on the Sunset Strip. It was awesome, and they got so many cool diners in LA. They've got one chain called what is it? Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but they're the gigantic fucking portions. And the prices are super low. What is the name of? And what's the name of that diner place that we liked?
Morty's Diner in San
No,
Francisco.
in L.A. Norms. Oh man, I wish they had. There was probably about 7 or 8 of them in the L.A. area. I wish they would bring them up to the Bay Area. I mean,
I hate it when there's like a cluster of a great fast food or normal restaurant in one area, and it's like they're just hogging it in that one area. Like what's it called? When I went to California, Jack in the Box.
I can't
love that
find
place.
any Jack in the Box.
There's no Jack in the Box anywhere other than California, and
you
it's
guys
so
don't have
annoying.
Jack in the Box?
No,
Find any
and I
Jack-
hate it. Their grilled cheese sandwiches are better than any others. That's one. It's
I don't like
great
God.
food.
I don't like Sonic, however.
Sonic's boring.
Sonic
We have
is
so many
not that good.
7-Elevens right around this house over here. There's like 15 in 1 mile. Why? You don't need that.
You know what I like? You know what?
Well, sometimes
don't-
you really need a Slim Jim, you know?
I don't like the food at Sonic that much, but I like watching them roller. I don't know if they do this at yours. Yeah, they roller skate, and then every so often one of them wipes out.
Now, I've never seen them wipe out.
I saw
Haven't
that.
ya?
I saw
What you
that.
do is- Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I saw a fat one. It was really funny. Like she was really big, and she was trying to pretend like she wasn't big, and she was trying to skate like she wasn't big, and it was not working out for her.
Problem is, once she gets a good head of steam, you know, it's like hard to put the brakes on that.
Yeah, that was another problem too. She had to stop herself with the car that she was going up to.
And she'd leave a dent.
They weren't happy about it.
It's like a truck, you know. It's like put the air brakes on.
It's like she had to brake as soon as she started rolling if she was gonna stop in time.
Did the airbags activate?
No.
Or did her airbags activate?
Did her fun bags activate? Oh!
Hey
No.
guys, can we take a potty break?
Sure.
Sure.
No,
Okay.
you have to hold it.
Everyone's scared of something.
Yeah.
Except for me.
I can't find. My only fear is being buried or like being covered by non-man-made things. Like I don't like caverns. I don't know. I get like a specific claustrophobic. I don't know.
Alive, I would be so scared. I'd
Yeah.
be so
Yeah.
scared.
That's my biggest fear. But whenever I would go to the beach when I was young, I would dig holes, but I would never go headfirst into the hole because it was just you're being surrounded by sand that could collapse and
Yeah.
suffocate you and freak me out.
I'm extremely claustrophobic. I got stuffed in a locker when I was in high school. I ripped the top off the locker to get out.
Wow.
I mean, I punched it until the top came off and I pulled myself out. Ever since then, I've been extremely claustrophobic.
That's really badass.
Yeah, it's kind of a badass way of escaping.
It was
Better than
scary.
in the movies where they're just let out.
Yeah, no, that was scary. Plus, I used to weigh 400 pounds, so...
Damn.
That's her fault. She didn't need to be coming here.
How'd you fit in the locker?
We're still recording, so
Big locker.
Well,
Be
then, that was high school. I didn't weigh 400 pounds
Oh,
then.
okay. Alright.
But
oh well.
later on in life, I did. Hello.
Should we make another noise to,
Okay, so I finished doing the line of coke. I mean, going to the bathroom. All right. I was just thinking while I was in there, it's like, I wish I had some really good French fries right now.
making me more hungry?
Oh, shoot.
Diabetes.
You know what I like to do? I like to pour a little ketchup and a little hot sauce, mix them together for my French fries.
What restaurant do you think has the best French fries? Because I'm torn between Burger King and McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, they're better.
They're good, but they have to be hot and they have to be kind of salty. But as we're Burger Kings, they kind of got flaky French fries, and they're kind of filling, and I like that.
I don't like it when French fries are filling because then I feel like it ruins the rest of the meal. I like just it's like popcorn to me. You just have it, finish it.
Yeah.
I like French fries. Well, French fries are a significant part of every burger for me. I gotta have some French fries.
Okay, so do you when you get a burger, do you get like the supersized biggest French fry that they got?
Yeah, I get the largest French fry. I like French. I like to be able to eat my French fries while I'm eating the burger, and I like to have French fries left over for me to walk out of the restaurant with.
And then what do you do with those fries?
I eat them.
Oh, I thought you were going to say threw them at old people.
Now, how do you manage to be so skinny if you eat like that?
Anorexia.
Well, I'm really, I'm really, really tall. I'm like 6. I think I'm 6'1".
What's that? That's an inch taller than me.
Well, my dad is really tall, so I have a feeling that I'm growing up, and then when I stop growing up, I'll grow out.
You probably just have a really, what is it, fast metabolism
I
or
do.
high metabolism? Something like that.
Yeah.
I do not.
But
I'm not fat, but not skinny.
Still work out though, and food and workout combo is working out well for me.
Oh, so you're working out. What are you doing? Are you lifting?
Well, I used to be lifting when I was in like 9th grade, but then I stopped, and I think I'll start again in 11th, and
Do
probably.
you even lift?
Yeah, I mean,
You even lift, bro?
I don't lift anymore. No,
Bring that back.
you don't even lift. But I might start up again next year. I don't know. It's not really my thing. I like more stuff that I can do using my own body weight.
Yeah.
I like push-ups. I like sit-ups. I like all that stuff because you can do it.
You should be in gymnastics, man. You can like go on bars and rings.
Imagine him on a balance beam.
Well, man, the thing
I have
about
no-
lifting is when you're doing weightlifting and stuff, it's like once you stop, you turn into Jello so fast. It's
Yeah.
Have you
unbelievable.
seen pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's not pretty, man.
It's not pretty.
No.
Keep your
Arnold.
shirt on, Arnold, please. Keep it on.
See my dad. It's not pretty. He used to be a big lifter. He used to be able to do 200-pound dumbbells, which is really impressive.
Wow.
That's impressive, yeah.
Like he has a picture of himself lifting up the back of a car.
That's two of me.
Oh man.
Two dumbbell.
And now he's like really fat and sad. So
And now he comes in and beats you up.
yeah.
It's like, just don't tell him that this video's out here so he won't know what's going on.
Or
Nah,
just make sure he misses that part. Make him
So when you're
go
doing
to
these
the bathroom.
all-night video sessions, when you're playing all night long, doesn't like your parents come and say, "Hey, get the hell in bed"?
Mine does.
well, his does. My parents. Why would they? I don't know. It's summer. I don't think they care at all.
Well, I have to get up. Well, I have to try to get up early enough to go to the beach. Today we got out at like 4. That's early for us.
Summer is
No.
my
4 in the morning?
No. Afternoon.
4 in the afternoon.
We woke up at 2 in the afternoon.
woke up at the crack of 2.
Yeah.
I spend a significant amount of my like. Sometimes I'm like. I like to do this in my summer. I like to go out during the day and at night just stay up and play video games and just keep doing that. And sleep comes in every now and then.
You just pass out.
Just pass out. That's it. He doesn't wake up. He comes to.
I don't like sleep, to be honest. I mean, I like sleeping feels good, but I don't like doing it because I feel like I'm wasting time.
Yeah, same here. That's like that question: would you rather like never have to sleep or never have to go to the bathroom? Or wait, no, it was never have to shave or never have to sleep.
I would like
I would
to
pick sleep.
I'd take that.
Yeah, because then you have enough time to shave, and it's not that big a deal.
I'd get so much done if I didn't sleep.
Well, I don't know. I like my private time. Just me and my cell phone. Back when I'm in the bathroom taking a dump.
TMI, baby, TMI.
I like the potty breaks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's important. It's like it's
No.
Not only is it a potty break, but it's a break from other people.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, no one can just barge in and be like, "Hey, fix my cell phone" or any of that. I get that a lot.
Fix your cell phone. Are you a cell phone repairer guy?
No, like, how do I go back to what's the home button? That kind of thing.
Oh,
I
okay.
deal with my grandma. She just got an iPhone 5, and it's terrible.
My grandma got a phone, like a cell phone, and she has no clue how to use it. You'll call
Like just
her.
a flip phone?
Yeah, she doesn't do phones. She does house phones. That's it. All she knows is dial, and all she knows is dial and answer. So she got a flip phone. Text messages, forget about it. She does not get to those. If you call her, sometimes she doesn't even know how to pick up, but she can call you. So
The thing with my grandma is she'll know how to. She knows how to text, and I know this because she texts me all the time when I'm in school. All the time. I'm constantly getting like the little ring and getting caught and whatnot, so that's annoying. And then when I go to her and she's trying to figure out how to add a contact or text someone, I know she knows how to text because she's always texting me during school, but she just wants me to do it instead for some reason because it must be very hard to figure out. I don't know.
I don't know. My wife is always asking me to help her with the remote control system for the TV. It's like,
Menu.
well, we have a TiVo, we have a cable,
Oh, yeah.
and you have to hit a different button on one remote, and then you have to.
I hate having so many different remotes.
oh my god, isn't that really annoying? Like I have
Why don't they just have one? I mean, you have cable, you have like DVR if you have that, and then like the normal TV remote for input and all that.
Oh, we have the sound remote, because it goes to the surround system.
Oh yeah.
Got the TV's on remote. You've got the cable remote. You've got the TiVo remote. It's like I think that's got all of them.
I got the Roku remote.
The Roku. Yeah, we got to get a Roku box.
Roku's nice. It's so small. And
What is that? What is that?
very convenient. It's basically, how on the Xbox you can watch Netflix or Hulu and all that.
Yep.
It's basically just takes all the entertainment channel app sort of things and puts it on one little box. Yeah, it has Netflix. It has basically everything you really need from the internet, other than YouTube.
Yeah, so you can watch it in your bedroom or the living room or whatever.
Yeah,
you don't just have
and
to.
You can bring it wherever you go really easily. It's like a little tiny box with one wire and a remote.
That's convenient.
Yeah,
I like the universal remote, just everything on one remote, because I hate having the way my dad has his setup is the cable box. He has a separate remote for his flat screen TV. He has a Think DVR. He's got Blu-ray. He's got the Xbox. I'm just like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop the insanity.
What else?
You have to have a manual, so. Well, if a stranger were to come over to our house and try to watch TV, they would have to have me set it up, because they wouldn't know what buttons to hit and in what order.
Oh, sorry.
Although I don't really know why I would have a stranger watching TV in my house.
Does anybody you ever go to a relative or a friend's house and you're somewhere that is not your own shower, and it's somebody else's shower that looks different, and I don't know how to work it? That happens to me all the time. It's like, what is this? I
hate other people's showers.
Why can't they make showers so they're all the same? The controls are all the same. You got one that's like the twisty dial, and then you got kind of two tiles.
There's the weirdest one. There's one that it's a big knob. It looks like a big doorknob, and you have to pull it out and pull it up, and it's
crank it.
A gear shift. I shift gears to take a shower. This is not.
Yeah, well, just go to the toilet and just splash some water on yourself.
Yeah, I was taking a shower and I had her in fourth gear and
taking a shower. Fourth gear.
Get a Ferrari shower.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what's your dream car? If you get a car, what are you gonna get?
I want a Beamer.
Oh wow.
Oh what?
They're sweet.
Beamer for my first car. They're not that nice on the. They're not too fancy on the inside, but the outside looks good. And I don't really need a lot of shit on the inside except for a good sound system where I can listen to my music in my car. And that's all I want.
I want either a Jeep Wrangler or a Camaro.
Camaros are nice.
Camaros are cool.
Yeah. I want the old one. I don't want the new one. New ones are kind of lame.
When you say old ones, which era are you talking about? The 60s, 70s, 80s? 90s?
Yeah, 60s.
Oh, those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Transformers, the original Bumblebee in the beginning of the movie?
I'm not familiar with Transformer movies, really. I watched
Transformers?
bits of them. I haven't watched it all the way through. I want to, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Well, Bumblebee is a Camaro, so
right.
The more you know.
I thought they used a Dodge Charger, and that was a big thing. In one of the recent Transformers, it was a big gimmick. Yellow Camaro Charger, Chevy Charger.
Chargers are cool. I like.
They're cool, but they're kind of rip-offs, in my opinion, of the Camaro.
It is, yeah, a little bit.
I want a '74 AMC Pacer.
Yeah,
you guys wouldn't probably know what that is, but it's like this car, and it looks like a wedge of cheese, and it's a two-door.
And it has round glass in the back.
It is the most hideous-looking vehicle you have ever seen.
Do you want to get the attention of how bad it looks?
Yeah.
Well, you don't remember Wayne's World and they're cruising in a Pacer? Well, the classic scene where they're playing Night at the Opera by Queen and they're singing along with it. Dun 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 dun.
Oh.
That car is a Pacer.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think.
I'm not positive.
What shows do you guys watch? As far as TV series?
I just finished watching Mad Men. I really like that show.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is awesome.
Breaking Bad was. I never There's a site that Nova showed me where you can watch free.
That's down now. I don't know what happened, but it's telling the owner to call a certain number. It was a website that you could had hundreds of TV shows and all of their episodes, and it was great. It had Arrow, it had Walking Dead, it had Psych, It had all that stuff, but now it's down. I want to check and see if it's up yet because it was basically illegal content.
Yeah. Copyright shit.
It was good. It got really popular. I'm surprised that it stayed that long.
Yeah, I know. It'll probably move to a different address or whatever, different webpage.
Then we have to find it.
Yeah. Well, it's called stream.tv.me. So, yeah, it'll probably be something similar to that in the future if this one doesn't come back up.
I was watching The Walking Dead on there.
Yeah, I caught up to The Walking Dead on there. I caught up to Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who. It's a good show. It's weird, but it's a good show.
Liam first introduced me to Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, I could see him watching.
Well, you know, that show goes back a long.
Oh yeah,
time.
Like
I've heard they had
first in the '64 or something like that.
Several Doctor Who's, right?
Oh, they had 11 or 12. I don't know. I think they're on their 11th Doctor Who now, something like that. Because he supposedly regenerates and becomes a different person with the same memories and knowledge.
Well, he's a Time Lord, man.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
They got a skinny guy doing it now.
He's alright. My favorite Doctor Who, modern Doctor Who, was the second one. He's like a famous in Britain.
Is he a curly-headed guy?
I know you're talking about Nova.
I think so, yeah.
Blonde hair?
Yeah. No, not blonde hair, no. I don't remember his name. I guess he was the 10th Doctor Who, but the second modern Doctor Who.
His name was like Daniel.
Something like that. He's very famous in Britain. He's like their version of Justin Timberlake.
If I ask Liam, I could like ask Liam right now. I could actually.
He would know. He would know spot on who you're talking about.
Spot on. Now, see, that's something that British people would say.
Actually, I'll ask him right now. He's on Skype.
Alright. I could just Google second Doctor Who.
I want to see if Liam knows though.
Yeah, when I typed in second Doctor Who, it went back to like the old days of the 60s and 70s.
Well, you could just type Doctor Who and just to get a list of all of them.
I'm gonna say second modern Doctor Who.
Put Doctor Who's with the S.
Doctor Who's.
Doctor Whom.
Physician Whom.
That's that AP English.
Yeah. Believe me, I don't know who and whom. That doesn't make any sense to me. AP English is not a hard class. I do not steal this.
English.
Well, I gotta find this guy's name eventually because
it's gonna drive you crazy. If you
don't. Exactly. Keep me up at night.
Well, if you got a big list of all of them, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was David Tennant.
There we go.
David Tennant.
Tennant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Hey, no, what is that? What is that maze-looking thing behind your head on the screen?
I knew someone was gonna ask that. It's some weird artsy thing that's here. I don't know. It's basically like there's two people in it and they're connected by a red dot. I don't know. Art.
If you watch it long enough, it'll do a trick.
It'll make you dizzy is what it'll do.
Is it like that magic eye thing, where there's a sailboat?
No, there's just people and they're connected by a red tumor-looking thing. Siamese twin.
Did you pick that out, or...?
No, this has been here as long as I know.
You guys watch Family Guy?
Yep.
Sometimes,
well, I don't keep
not
up
all
on
the time.
it.
Yeah, you can't really keep up with Family Guy because there's it's just episodes.
Not really.
There's like a older guy who I guess he used to just go on TV and paint pictures of things, and do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
He had like a lot of hair and a big beard, and he would just paint.
Ross.
Something Ross.
They did something where it's like we're just gonna paint this right here. He's like, we're just gonna paint this tree right here, and we're gonna paint this bush right here, and
I know what you're talking about from the episode.
He's like, that's bush, and he was like, then don't you tell anybody about that bush, and I'll cut you. Then he just takes out a knife on TV. I'm just like, wow.
Family Guy's got some twisted, perverted shit in it.
Yeah.
Family Guy has gotten canceled so many times, and the fan base has brought it back. Like,
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite episodes of Family Guy was the one with wow, I forgot his name. The guy who the infamous
the giggity guy.
No. He's in almost every episode. This was like a special. The guy who got innocent for murder. He was innocent for murder.
OJ?
Glove. Yeah.
OJ, yeah.
OJ, yeah. The OJ. I don't know how I forgot that. It's 2 letters, but yeah. That was my favorite episode because, like, throughout the entire episode is showing what a nice guy he is, and Peter gains Peter's trust, and then at the end he just stabs a woman and runs away.
How appropriate with the Zimmerman verdict just having been read.
Oh yeah.
So OJ, that was 1994. You guys, how much do you remember about that?
I wasn't born.
I wasn't born.
You weren't born. Oh, that's right. It's like
96.
Was...
96.
Oh, okay. So you guys were born before OJ. God, I can't even believe it. You guys are so young.
After OJ.
Or
After OJ.
Yeah, after OJ. Yeah, it was a big deal. If you think the Zimmerman thing is a big deal, OJ was 20 times bigger. I mean,
to
If
show
the glove doesn't fit, you have to acquit.
every single day.
But the fact that people my age and we know about that, and we know that the glove doesn't fit, and all of what that means, it shows that it was a very important case.
Trial, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it absolutely seized popular culture the whole summer that trial was going on. I mean, that was just...
That was their version of The Walking Dead.
I was trying as best as I could to ignore everything about it. I didn't want to know anything about it. It was so fucking boring to me. It's like, well,
I hate it when the media focuses on one thing and never lets go of it. It's like you don't know anything about. Like, remember when the whole thing with Syria was going on? That went on for like 2 months and then bam, gone. Now we're on to something else. What's going on in Syria now? Who knows?
Yeah,
I
now
love how OJ
now it's Egypt.
that long, and like the tsunami in Japan just looks like, all right, it's over.
or the BP oil spill.
Like,
That was a good 2 weeks of news and then gone.
Yeah,
And
it's like
all the people who
news
lost
likes
their jobs, fuck them.
Yeah, the news just likes to jump on one story and just cover the dog shit out of that story.
Yeah.
what was the other one? Israel and Palestine. All right.
Yeah, I'm curious what goes on there because they want you. Everyone in Israel, every Israelite, I think that's what they're called. They want you to come visit, but who the fuck is going to visit a country that is under constant missile attacks?
I'm not going.
I don't want to go. I know it's very nice and they defend it very well. I mean, there's some kind of percentage where it's like only 2% of the missiles that go through get through, or that get launched get through, but that's still. That could be you.
That could be or you could be you could just be at a grocery store and some lady next to you opens up a suicide vest. And boom.
I don't understand why they're still at war. It's just land. Get over it. You lost. Go away.
No one understands why they just keep blowing themselves up.
I don't know, man.
I'm afraid that probably, an attitude like that probably means that you need to study up on it more.
Probably. I probably have a biased view, but like they're considered terrorists for the Israelites, but I don't know their side of the story that much because we're on the Israel side.
One side can point to the other as the bad guy, and the other can point to the other as the bad guy, and they've both done some fucked up shit, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
So I just frankly wonder why we're so intricately involved in it ourselves.
Well, we do anything? I know we're allies with Israel, but I don't think we really do anything for them. I think they can take care of themselves. They have for centuries, so I think we kind of stay out.
They have a good army. Very good army.
Well, you know, if Iran ever did attack Israel,
we'd be. Yeah.
T-Gizzle would be out there with his M16.
He'd get shot immediately.
T-Gizzle would be the first. I think T-Gizzle probably wants to get shot so he can, try to live through it, and then he comes back and goes, I'm a war hero, okay?
Yeah. Well, if you get the Purple Heart, you never have to pay for a drink the rest of your life. That's what they say.
You don't have to pay for a drink?
The rest of your life, you know, if you know that someone got a Purple Heart, you're going to pay for their drink.
I'm not paying
That's how
for
it goes.
Well, I pay for it once.
Well, yeah, but there's
every
enough
single
people that
time.
are going to pay for it. That's how it goes. That's the logic behind it.
Yeah, if you come asking me for the 100th free drink, I might say, you know what? I'm cutting you off.
Sorry, guy.
I've already spent $1,000 on your goddamn drinks. I appreciate what you did for us. Give me a break.
I'm broke.
I've yet to see this Purple Heart.
Yeah,
You don't know what a Purple Heart is? Oh, okay. Never mind.
would you have to like wear it on your T-shirt all the time, you know, just to prove it?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like,
Make one.
it's not socially acceptable to wear like military medals, but I think it should be. But you never see anyone with a medal. You might see a guy with a uniform in an airport, but that's about all you see. You don't see the medals or awards or anything.
Yeah, if they're not wearing an actual uniform, they're probably not gonna. Like I said, you know, they're not gonna have like a, you know, their T-shirt, you know, with medals on it and shit.
Yeah. Well, I think that if you get the Purple Heart, it should be socially acceptable to show it off. But it would be viewed as like kind of an asshole if you did it, and I don't know why.
See, I wouldn't pin it to the shirt. I'd just put it on a necklace so I could.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that should be acceptable. But it's not really. People would look at you like, "What are you doing, showing that off?"
So, what if you won an Olympic medal? Let's say you won an Olympic gold medal for something. Would you wear that around?
I don't know. I don't think that deserves. I mean, lifetime of training, but you're not really. It's just sports. I play sports, but I don't think they're that important.
I don't have anything to prove.
I'd take my gold medal and staple it to my balls.
That's it. I would have it made into a belt buckle and wear it every day. Oh, did you catch my gold medal? I mean, check it out. Check it out. I got a gold medal. And then I would gyrate my hips. You know, it's like, check out this gold medal, baby.
Swing it around.
I was just gonna say that SpongeBob reference.
SpongeBob has so many references.
Yeah, that's our generation's tune. That show is great.
It is. It is.
I love SpongeBob.
I remember when there was, speaking of news kind of being retarded, they were reporting for about a week that SpongeBob is gay. And that was just awful. Like, my grandparents went to my mom and said, you know that Sponge guy that Oric watches? He's gay, and that you should stop watching it. Who cares?
SpongeBob got into a lot of shit for the jokes that they make over there, and I actually really do think that sometimes that they're trying to put
appropriate.
Yeah, because
Bikini Bottom. That's enough.
There's one episode where SpongeBob is trying to get Gary to take a bath, and Gary refuses to take a bath. And SpongeBob hands him the soap, and he's like, "There's the soap, Gary. Don't drop it." And I'm just like, wow. He said that. Just like, wow.
Well, little kids are not going to know what that means. They're just going to be like, oh, he dropped soap. Well, we do that in showers, and that's funny. But you don't know what that really means. So it's perfectly harmless.
Yeah, little kids and prison rape. You know, it goes together like, like peanut butter and jelly.
There's another show that's really disturbing. It's called Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah,
I loved Ren and Stimpy.
That was very disturbing, but I did love that show.
That wasn't even supposed to be. That's not even supposed to be.
Speaking of which, I have painting or what the animation that they used back then was different than now. It's like slides of something.
Cell animation.
Yeah, cells. We have 2 cells right here of Ren and Stimpy. I'll get them real quick.
Oh my god, that is very cool.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy.
Stimpy, you stupid idiot!
I like Pinky in the Brain too.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Oh wow, it's framed and everything.
Yeah, there's another one, but I don't really want to take both of them down. This one.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I know which episode that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where Stimpy becomes a movie star. Right? Isn't that?
I can see that.
And like Ren is missing him.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
What are they?
We have different cells of different things like Bambi and Mickey and all that weird stuff upstairs and whatnot.
Cool.
There's also Pink Panther right over there. I'm gonna see if I can hang this back up.
Does anybody know what Ren and Stimpy are? Are they dogs or rats or cats? Or...
Well, Ren is a Chihuahua.
Oh.
Stimpy's a cat, isn't he?
Stimpy's a cat. Yeah. So, Ren is an asthma hound Chihuahua.
Wow.
I don't know what an asthma hound Chihuahua is, but.
I have a Chihuahua. Where the hell is she?
Oh, you do? I do too. Cool. So Toxic was just saying, what is Ren and Stimpy? What are they? It's like, are they dogs or what are they?
I think they're both dogs.
No, Stimpy is a cat.
Are they really? Is he? Oh yeah, I can see that. All right.
Yeah.
Now when he pointed it out, I can see the cat.
Yeah.
It's a Chihuahua.
Well, he doesn't really look much like a cat. I mean, he's got that big nose.
Yeah, that's why I thought they were both dogs, and he's got like the lips of like a big dog.
Well, it's a good cartoon.
And in the picture of him right there, he's like with his tongue out, so that's very dog-like. But all right, he's a cat. That makes sense.
Yeah, I took a hand-drawn animation class, about 10 years ago, and the instructor was really in love with Ren and Stimpy. You know how you do that old school animation? You have a light board, and you have a drawing, and you have another drawing on top of it, and you trace. You can see through the first drawing, and then you draw the second one, and you flip it back and forth to get the change, and you do that about 1 million times. And,
Plus one.
Yeah, you do it over and over again, and that's how you have the old school animation.
Yep.
Sounds like fun.
Now they just do it on Flash.
I actually, flip book of what was it? Flip? It was actually like a fight scene, but it was with stick people because I didn't have time. So I just I wrote them up.
Yeah. Just take a book and just draw little pictures on each page.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I had some toy that was like, you know how projectors work with the rotating thing, and it would like switch pictures every now and then.
That too.
It was kind of like a weird projector sort of thing that you would look through.
It looked like
it would have like the flip book inside of it, and then every time the thing would turn, it would be the other image. So it looked very like you didn't see the paper flip. So it timed it perfectly, so it looked like a real animation. It was kind of dumb and kind of a gimmick, but yeah, I had it.
Yeah. Well, I know how to do it. You take a piece of paper and you draw a picture on it, and fold it, and you draw another picture, and then you curl it up with a pencil and you flip it back and forth. And
you could use the sticky notes. That's the most common.
Yeah.
Sticky notes.
And then some people go on to have careers creating video games. So what do you guys want to do when you grow up?
Well, I'm not really sure. I used to think that I was going to grow up to be an architect, but that kind of went out the window. Now I'm thinking more map design for gaming, or I don't know if you're familiar with Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
I want to do something a little bit like Rooster Teeth, but it's going to be kind of hard to follow in their shoes. But I was hoping once I go to college, I'll have friends that are interested in the same thing as me and talented and artistic and whatnot, because I'm not. I'm just good at managing stuff. So maybe that'll happen. That'd be nice.
All right. So they obviously make a good living on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few people that can do it, like PewDiePie.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Just make videos and live off that.
That'd be nice.
Well, Ozzy's boss, Drifter, that's what he makes his money on. He just bought a house, and that's off YouTube money.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's all about subscribers, right?
It's all about subscribers.
Oh yeah. That defines how much money you get.
I feel like I could do it though.
Well, get out there and do it.
I'm going to.
We were gonna monetize Bulletproof Underwear, but we knew we'd make so much money that
it wouldn't give us tax problems.
No. It wouldn't be about the show anymore, man. It would be about the money, and we're just against that.
We keeps it real.
Why don't you guys? Neither of you have a capture card?
Oh no, we both do. Yeah.
Oh no, we both got capture cards.
You guys put up content?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, we do. Flex, this is a great time for plugging stuff. So, Flex, what is your channel?
My YouTube channel is XZFlexZX.
Whoa.
That's it.
That's
my channel is Believe What. Believe What is the name of my YouTube channel. So if you go on there, I have I don't know, 100 videos.
What do you play?
I've got like 3 videos.
Yeah,
Nothing
I'm a Call of Duty channel, if anything. There's some other games.
I've got all kinds of stuff. I got COD, Battlefield, little bit of Lollipop Chainsaw, some Tiger Woods. I got a little bit of everything out there.
He's got a lot of blogs too.
Yeah, I do a lot of blogging. I've been ailing in health lately, so I keep the guys on the forum up to date on how sick I am with my blog.
Yeah,
Because I'm too lazy to type. It's easier to just turn
Video blog.
Just hit the record button, and it's like, hi everybody, I'm fucked up again.
Yep. Hi everybody, it's Flex, and I'm fucked up again.
So, yeah, get an Elgato. Right now, that's the best capture card.
I don't even know. First, I want to get my computer settled. Once I have my desktop and it's running everything the way I want it to run it, then I will look into that stuff. But right now, I got to focus on building this computer. It's gonna take a shit ton of money. I actually have like the drawing, all the parts that I looked up that I need right there on the wall.
$800.
You put them all on the wall?
I put them in a paper. I wrote them down on paper and I taped them up the wall.
Alright, cool.
All right,
you
all right.
so you got it
is that
all.
like a visualization, motivation kind of a deal?
Yep. It's like my bed is right here and the wall is slanted, so as soon as I open my eyes, it's just like computer. Yeah.
You should put it on the ceiling so when you look up at night, you see your computer.
I don't go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
So,
God damn, that's...
so you got it all specced out. You're just waiting to get the capital to get the parts.
Yep.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
maybe you could stand in front of the grocery store with a sign or something, and like, you know,
Do one of those weird dancing jobs.
building a computer, please donate.
Toxic is too proud to beg.
Well, you could also do one of those wacky inflatable things, but stand next to them with a sign.
Tube man.
Yeah, wacky waving inflatable arm, whatever. I never
Yeah,
put that down.
there you go. I like those guys.
They're funny.
Waving inflatable arm tube man.
They're always in like tire stores. Every place
Or
that sells
mattress.
tires.
Mattress stores too,
Yeah,
And car lots.
car lots.
yeah.
Hey, you know, maybe
Oh,
there's
it's
like an
black.
industry. Maybe there's like a whole business. It's like the
There is.
company that makes those things.
Yeah, just like in Family Guy with the commercial for it.
What's waving inflatable arm tube man?
Yeah, you're good at that. I can't get that down.
Waving inflatable
All right, you know what, guys? It's getting late. We should probably get this sucker wrapped up here. So, is there anything that you guys want to plug?
Well, I guess I might as well plug my YouTube channel. It's just starting. It's called Thor Baby Gaming. I have Planetside videos. I'm gonna put up a Warface video, which is of a game that's right now in closed beta in America, but it's completely released in Russia. So I got into the Russian servers by following something on PCGamer.com. Very easy, but yeah. So kind of exclusive gaming video. I don't know.
All right, well, I'm gonna check it
Cool.
out. I'm gonna check it out later. You have to send me a link.
All right.
All right, so Toxic, you got anything you want to plug?
Well. No,
Toxic
no.
would like everybody to donate $10 for his computer.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess I can plug my gamer tag since I'm open to play with people who aren't annoying. So if you see that we have games in common, my gamer tag will probably be on here somewhere. So if
It
you want to
will,
play,
yeah.
then yeah, I'm down to play. Just
Yeah,
don't be
feel free
annoying.
to friend me. We play
Alright.
Battle.
Play
So,
lots-
all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna each of you have you say, "Hi, you're watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode 54." and say your name and just something like that, a little promo. Toxic, go.
Hi, you are watching Bulletproof Underwear episode 54.
Yeah.
And my name is Toxic Enclave, and I enjoy this podcast very much.
Good job. Good job.
Excellent.
All right, Nova, let's see what you got.
Hi, you're watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode 54, and I've had a lot of fun on here.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
No, I was expecting you to do it like a DJ. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear 54.
Like one of those guys that you bid to.
You are watching Bulletproof
Going once, going twice.
54, and I have a hat on my head.
I cannot
Animated
see.
hat
We're
that's got a
still
mind
loading.
of its own. All
Yeah.
right, so we have this way that we end every episode of Bulletproof Underwear. It's like we get up our face real close to the webcam and we go, ah.
All right.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So this has been Bulletproof Underwear episode 54. We'd like to thank our very extra super duper young special guest, Toxic Enclave. Whee! And of course our awesome good looking young fella Auric Nova. Yay! I'm your co-host Yamjuice.
And I'm your other co-host, Flex.
And it is time.
Added
What's
my
the
pigeon
flex?
noise again there.
I accidentally messed up the recording for just a second. We're back.
I was going to say the call froze for a second.
Hey, actually, do it again, just one more time.
Okay.
Okay. See, that was a good one.
Oh,
Give yourselves a round of applause.
Pat on the back.
Pat on the back. A pat under the arms. Sniff. Sniff the other side. What's that thing where you put your hand under your shirt and you go like this?
Yeah, I can only do that at like one point in my life, and then
Hold on,
my
hold on.
body.
Need silence.
Oh, you're gonna pull it off. There you go.
that is the first. That's the first time that's been done on BPU. All right, fellas.
All right,
We'll
cool.
see you on the other side.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yo.